All right. Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Barbara McCain. I'll be your host for the night for our ABC&H Aloe Vera Juice Zoom session. Before we get started, I would like to remind you that this session is being recorded. And if you don't want to be recorded, you can either remove yourself from the meeting or stay on and enjoy the session with us. Also, I like to just say that the information that you are receiving tonight or here tonight is not medical advice from myself, Ms. Rebecca, or any of the team members, and it is not meant to replace any advice that you receive from your healthcare professionals. So we're going to have prayer or inspiration by one of my teammates, which is Alice. Alice?
Thank you. Good evening. Thank you for being here with us today. I'm going to read, because of all the stuff that's going on around us and with our families and loved ones. I've been thinking about what can I talk about today? And the only thing I could come up with is love. So I went to 1 Corinthians 13, NIV. If I speak in tongues of men or of angels, but do not have love, I am only a resounding gong or a clinging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and all knowledge, and I have a faith that can move mountains, but I do not have love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and give over my body to hardship, that I may boast, but I do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoice with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always preserves. Love never fails. Out of all the three, you think about faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. Thank you. Amen.
Wow, it's nothing like reading a scripture from the Bible, from the Holy Bible at that. And that is one of my favorite ones, Alice. And thank you so much for that beautiful scripture. I just want to mention as a reminder, we are on Zoom every other month, and which means that the next Zoom meeting will not be in April, will be in May. And we try to have the meeting for an hour. Sometimes we run over, and we don't mind because, again, we're a team, and our job here is to inform you. Not only to inform you, but also to hear others and their inspiration on how the aloe vera juice or topical has helped them. And again, it's about collaborating, networking, and again, loving on one another. Before we move on, I would like to go through some housekeeping rules. In our Zoom session, for those who are online, we ask that you please use the reaction button and to raise your hand, or you can type your question into the chat box. Now, if you're calling in on a cell phone, it is #9 to raise your hand and #6 to mute and unmute yourself. I'll repeat that again. If you're on a cell phone, you use *9 to raise your hand, as if you have visibility and you're not driving, And if you want to mute in or unmute yourself, use your pound number 6. So as always, we plan to have another amazing evening tonight. I like to do some shout outs and let us know where you're from. But before we start the shout out, I wanted to wish Donna, she is one of our teammates. Today is her birthday. And I want her, she's not with us tonight. She's out there celebrating. And I hope she's doing a great job celebrating her birthday. And we just want to give that shout out and say, happy birthday, Donna. Okay, now with that being said, I'm going to break the ice with the second shout out. My name is Barbara McCain, and I am shouting out from Maryland, Landover, Hyattsville, Maryland. All right, so let's start the shout out. Let's get some momentum going here. Come on now.
Hi, I'm Alice Edwards. I'm shouting out from Silver Spring, Maryland.
All right, Silver
Happy
Spring.
birthday, Donna.
All right, anybody else? Now we got some folks on this Zoom session, and I would love to hear your shout out as you let us know, where you're from.
Hello, everyone. This is Selena. I'm shouting out from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Hey, Selena, thank
Hi,
you.
Selena.
Glad you had
Hi.
you with us tonight.
Welcome.
Thank you. This is my first time.
All right,
Fantastic.
now.
All
First time.
right.
Ding, 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 ding. All right. Woo! Thank you, Selena, for being with us tonight. You're gonna have a great time listening to a lot of great testimonies and discussions that we're having tonight. But again, welcome. Thank you so much for attending. All right. Anybody else want to shout out? We got quite a few people out here tonight. Don't be shy. This is not the place to be shy if you are. We're a family here. And again, if you're on a cell phone and you want to say something, you use *6 to unmute or to mute yourself. No more shout. Come on now. I'm kind of like disappointed now. Somebody got to shout out. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and do this for another 1 minute, around about 8:15. Uh-oh, somebody raised their hand. Oh, no, it's not. That's me. All right. We're gonna go ahead and just move on. Uh-oh. Is that Tatinta? How you pronounce your name? Tanita. Uh-oh. Can't hear you. Did you try doing
On
*6?
Is she trying to unmute?
Yeah, let me see if I can help her out. Okay, can you say something? You have to unmute yourself.
She's not muted.
She's not?
Not now.
Okay.
She is now. Now you're not. Okay, you're off. We can hear you now.
We got you. We can hear you.
Yeah, but you all be quiet if I'm talking in the background.
The peace plan will move forward despite Israel's restrictions on more hostage releases. There's also word Israel and the U.S. are also still convinced.
Okay.
and redevelop the church as a tourist
Are you trying to
destination.
say anything, Tanita? Tanita, are you trying to say something? All right. Well, anyway, we're gonna go ahead and move on.
Oh,
I want to thank you all again for coming. As always, we try to make this very open for everybody to participate, and we ask you to bring family, friends, whomever, so they can hear good information as it relates to the ABC&H aloe vera juice and also the topical. But in moving forward, at this time, what we like to do is hear testimonies from folks who do use the product. So if you can let us know what how the aloe vera juice have helped you and give us a little background. We're only asking just for a minute, no more than a minute. We really appreciate it. So if there's anyone out there want to say anything about the aloe vera product and give their testimony, we will be glad. Our ears are warm and ready to listen in.
Well, this is Alice. I'll give you my testimony. I started using the aloe vera juice in 2015. Donna introduced me to it. And I was having, I guess you call it circulation problems in my legs. And I started drinking the juice. And I could tell the difference right away. I stopped getting the tingling in my toes. And also I was having a lot of leg cramps, and I stopped getting the leg cramps. So I started noticing a difference right away. And I was also having tingling. I could hear like an echo or something in my ears when I talked, and that also went away. And I've been on it ever since. And also, I was having problems with my hands. I had tendonitis in my hands.
Mm.
And so all of that 2015.
Thank you, Alice, for sharing that with us. Anyone else out there? Okay, Selena.
Okay, guys. I want to say I started using the aloe vera juice last year, probably around the middle part, like maybe around spring, but I wasn't really consistent with it. And then not too long after that, I guess when I would go back to the doctor and I would get these worse reports, I was diagnosed with stage 4 renal cancer. So I would go back to the doctor and get these like bad reports about how my cancer had like spread and all this stuff. And so I just fell into a very deep depression. I just stopped taking the medicine. Like I stopped taking the aloe. I let it sit in my refrigerator and pretty much go bad. And when I finally came out of my stupor for depression, I went to go and get it and it was bad. So I ended up ordering it. And that was about, I want to say 3 weeks ago. So I noticed that after 2 weeks of using it, there was a lump in my left breast that went down significantly so that it's hard to even detect. So the stage 4 renal cancer had spread to my liver, it spread to my abdominal walls, it spread to my intestines, my colon, it spread to my left breast, and there was lymph nodes swollen really bad in my left armpit. And then I started feeling smaller ones starting to develop under my right armpit. And after taking the aloe vera juice for just 2 weeks, I called Miss Rebecca and let her know that I said, I think I might be going crazy. You let me know, but I can't feel that lump in my left breast. And she just laughed and she said, yes, it was the aloe vera juice. So I've been taking it consistently. She made a stronger portion for me. And so I don't want to touch under my left armpit yet. I just want to wait maybe a few more weeks and to see if they're like significantly, you know, going down in size. So that's my testimony.
I appreciate you so much, Selena, for being so brave and just give that testimony. Um, and and you kind of like hit the swagwagon on what's gonna happen tonight. We're going to discuss more about cancer and also the support group that we are forming to help combat cancer. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. We really appreciate you. Is there anyone else out there that want to share their testimony? I'm gonna reiterate it. This is family. We all are on the aloe vera. It has helped us one way or another. We just want to let folks know that, hey, this drink, this juice does work. The topical does work. And again, you know, don't be shy, please. You know, be open. And we just want to know so we can continue to spread the word, you know, about how this, I would say, miracle juice continue to bring us back to our natural state and how we like to share with others. So again, like to open the floor up to hear additional testimonies. You all are a rough crowd tonight. I'll tell you, you normally have a lot of folks that participate or saying something, but no one's saying anything. I'm kind of concerned. Nobody wants to say anything. I'm going to open the floor up for another minute, which would be 8:24. And then we're going to move on. So the floor will be open for another minute or so. All right. I don't know, Miss Rebecca. We got a quiet audience today, but I think maybe once we get you on board, maybe if folks will start talking. They don't want to listen too much to the host tonight. So without further delay, now it's time to introduce us to some and present to others Miss Rebecca Brown. For those of you who do not know her, she is the CEO and founder of ABC&H Aloe Vera Juice. And Miss Rebecca, are you out there? Ah, I see her. Okay. There she is.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Welcome.
Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure. And let me just say this, Selena, I am so proud of you because you got out of the situation and bounced back after our conversation. So I'm very thankful, pleased, and proud for you. And that led me to believe it is time that we should start a support group because there are several other people encountering cancer, and we need to confront cancer, combat cancer, and defeat cancer. And it will take all of us to do it. And I'm willing, ready, and able to join this fight with you, to support you, and to encourage you in every way that I can. And as I told you before, anytime, call me. If you can't reach me, text me. I'll get back to you, but never allow cancer to isolate you. Never allow cancer to defeat you or keep you quiet, because you have to speak to it as if you're speaking to another person. So I'm very, very proud of you. And yes, your lumps will slowly disappear. Just keep working with the aloe, keep drinking it, be consistent, drink your water as we discussed, and watch miracles form in your life. Okay, so Thank you. Thank you. Okay, everyone. There are a couple of things that I want to talk to you about before we get into the cancer discussion. Several people have called me. The aloe vera has changed colors, and the color goes from a green to a reddish brown. That is because your refrigerator is too cold. You must not put the aloe vera juice in the back of the refrigerator because that's the coldest part of the refrigerator. The aloe vera juice with the green, that is the energy from the sun, photosynthesis. That's why it's green, and that's why you get the energy immediately after you start drinking it. When you see it lose that color, you're losing the energy that makes up the aloe vera. All you have to do is to restore the green color, is take it out of the refrigerator, leave it on the counter overnight. It will turn back green because it is back at room temperature. Several people didn't know what to do, so they threw it out. Do not throw it out. It is fine. It's the temperature is just too cold. And it's still effective, but the energy level is not as high as it would be when it's green. So that's one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about and hopefully help you understand what you're dealing with. The other thing, topical. People that have used the topical in their eyes of finding out that there is a crust that forms around the outside of the eye, or they will have mucus coming out of the eye. That is what's supposed to happen because it's cleansing. And this is all of the impurities and toxins that you have in your eyes. And you have to remember, the eye is always open and in it, and everything gets into it. And how do you clean it? There is no way to clean it. So the aloe goes in and starts to flush out all of those particles that have been building up in your eyes. So don't be alarmed. That is supposed to happen. That tells you that it's actually working. So just keep using it and don't be hysterically upset or confused and deterred from using it. Just keep moving forward. It works slowly because it will never put the body in shock. It will work with the body and not against the body. So those things are fine if you are experiencing those. The other thing with the topical, for those of you who are suffering from some form of glaucoma, you will have a pressure buildup in the eyes. The topical will reduce the pressure that is you're suffering in your eyes, which is a part of glaucoma. So when you are using it, you won't notice it immediately, but as you have your doctor visits, your doctor will inform you that the pressure is being reduced in your eyes. I have several people that I'm working with now have explained to me that it's amazing how the pressure has started to reduce in their eyes, removing the ability for glaucoma to continue. So these are things that if you are experiencing them, these are the explanations as to why these things are happening. So don't be discouraged, be encouraged. A lot of people, because they don't see immediate results, will call me and say, I don't think it's working because I don't feel better. Well, my question to them, how long have you had this problem that you're suffering with? If you didn't get it yesterday and you had it for years, then it's going to take time for the condition to reverse. But let me reassure you, it will reverse as long as you're drinking it and you're consistent. You will see results. Not might, you will. That's the bottom line. Okay. Now, one of the reasons that I'm looking and I need your help as much as you can give me on getting a support group. I'm working with a young man right now every Tuesday. I have to meet with him for the past, I would say, year, almost 2 years. This gentleman has been threatening suicide. And it is painful to hear, painful to watch. Just last Tuesday, he said to me, I thank you for meeting with me because if not, you probably would have heard about my experience on the news. I don't want to hear about him being on the news. So people like that, that's suffering from anxiety, depression, and his is depression. And it has a lot to do with experiences he had in the military. And now he's on the aloe vera juice. And what has happened, these experiences he has put far in the back of his mind, and the aloe vera juice is forcing them out. And he's reliving them. And he's having a difficult time. So he and I sit for about an hour every Tuesday, and we talk about different things that he can do and different ways that we can fight what he's going through. And then after my conversation with Selena, after my conversation last week with Selena, I realized because she herself entered the depression, we need to address this. We need to have means so that you can reach out and talk to someone and get encouragement and get support. Because what most people don't understand, and I can tell you because being critically ill myself at one point in my life, you feel alone, you feel separated. And that's the way illnesses and diseases do. They want to isolate you so they can destroy you. And that we won't allow. So we have to come together as a group and we have to fight and support and encourage that these diseases we will not tolerate. We will not allow them to conquer anyone for any reason. We will destroy them. That's the bottom line. There is no options to this matter. We'll fight them together if that's what it takes. So that's why I think it's very important that we look at starting a support group, because there's so many people that need it. And when you feel isolated, nobody knows you're suffering. And so we don't want you to suffer alone. If you're going to suffer, we all need to be there with you to support you as you go through this. Nothing will last forever. So that's the reason. So I encourage all of you to please, let's form a group that we can all participate and be a part of. Okay. Now into the cancer discussion. What we have to understand about cancer, and we've had several discussions on it, but I'm seeing more and more people suffering from cancer. And it's several people that I'm dealing with now. When they found out they had cancer, it's already in the 4th stage. And there are some that have explained to me they feel the lesions moving. And the last cancer discussion we had, there were pictures of what these lesions look like so that you be familiar and understand what it is you're dealing with and what it is that you're fighting. Well, number one, to help prevent cancer, you really need to exercise. Exercise helps prevent cancer. You really need to drink water, lots of it. You should consume at least a gallon of water in a 24-hour period because every organ in your body uses water. And when you drink the aloe vera juice, you need the water to help flush out the toxins, waste, and debris that is living inside of your system. And I want you to think with me on this. For as long as you were alive or are alive, from infancy to whatever age you are now, if you think about this, hopefully it will help you. We eat 2 to 3 meals per day, and most of us do not eat healthy. If you think that all of the food that you eat, your body uses it, and what it can't use, it expels when you go to the bathroom, that is not true. Food that the body can't use gets caught up in the gut, in the intestines, and it stays there. And if you think about from infancy to how old you are now, all the waste that you have in your body, that's what's causing you to get sick. Because wherever there is waste, there will be parasites. Because parasites will eat on the waste. And if you think about it, always remember, a disease and a bacteria and a virus, these are living organisms. They are alive just like you are alive. And they do not want to die. Just like you're trying to stay alive, they're trying to stay alive. So, how to defeat them? You don't feed them, because anything that you feed will continue to live. So you stop the feeding process. The question you ask, how do you stop the feeding process? Bacteria, viruses, sickness, and disease love what we love. That is junk and sweets. When you're eating these things, you're not feeding the body, you're feeding your disease. And anything that you feed, you can't get rid of it. And so that's why I'm saying to you, please stop eating junk and sweets. And you will see your health will change. All of your health problems usually comes from bad diets. You are what you eat. That phrase is true. You are what you eat. Now, let me go into how we can fix some of these problems. Okay? How we can fix some of these problems is simply this. Let's start with the foods that you eat. And I will give you some information that will help you as we go through this. Let's start with food and cancer. It's not a single food, but it's a group of foods that factors into linked to cancer developing in your body. And listen carefully. These foods are processed meats, bacon, hot dogs, sausage, and salami. Any food on that level is processed. If you continue to eat them, they're going to give you the risk of getting cancer. If you eat them, please stop. Because although they taste good to you, they're not good for you. You want to feed the body, not your disease. Eating this type of meat, you feeding your disease. Okay? The other group, red meats. And we're talking about beef, pork, lamb. Okay? These meats are thick. You need to stop eating them. It takes meat 3 to 7 days to digest in your system. By the time it digests, it has decayed, so the body can't use it. And if you think about, you eat meat probably 3 times per day over a number of years. Look how much decay you have in your body. These are the kind of things in your diet that you need to stop immediately. It's nothing to think about if you don't want the risk of cancer, you don't want to feed cancer, don't eat these meats. They're too thick. The body can't digest them. And normally when the body tries to digest, it uses hydrochloric acid to help break the meats down. But what you have to understand is the lining of your intestines is protein. So if there's a consistent amount of hydrochloric acid going in your stomach, you're going to end up with ulcers because the acid is going to eat a hole in your intestines. So rather than create another issue, just don't eat pork, beef, and lamb. Okay? Now, sugar, the sugary drinks, sodas, juice, and energy drinks. They're full of sugar. They are full of sugar. And I don't know how many of you ever read the ingredients in foods that you buy, but what you don't realize, in all of your foods, there's a certain amount of sugar and salt. And the reason that's there, it's a preservative to help keep the meat. This meat and all of this food is coming from long distances. And in order to keep it ready so that you can consume it, they have to put preservatives in it. And salt is a preservative. And sugar in many cases can be. So when you're drinking all of this and eating all of these things, you are accumulating large amounts of salt and sugar. You're setting yourself up for a cancer risk. You don't want to do that. And if you are doing these things, please stop them. That's why it's so important that we have conversations about what is happening to us, why it's happening. Because from what I understand, and I only have a physical once a year, most doctors don't have time to have these discussions with you. And always remember, knowledge is power. The more knowledge you have, the more power you have over fighting your diseases. The next group that we're talking about is refined grain, which is white bread, pasta, and rice. These turn into sugar. They turn into sugar. Be careful. Eating them, they turn into sugar. Sugar is not good for the body. In the process of the body trying to break these foods down, you're opening yourself up to elevation of sugar in your body. Okay. The next group that we're going to talk about is fried foods. We're talking about French fries, chicken nuggets, onion rings, any kind of fried food. Because, again, it's from saturated oils. And they get into your system, and that grease will clog your arteries. Your blood flow will lessen. You're setting yourself up for heart problems. Because when the blood can't flow openly to the heart, you will end up with serious heart issues. So you don't want heart issues. Because once there are heart issues, then the immune system starts to break down. Now your cancer cells, and remember, we all have cancer cells, starts to override the immune system and attack your body. So it is extremely important for you to prevent getting cancer. And if you have it, that doesn't mean you can't stop it. You can change your diet, drink the aloe, drink water, get rest, get exercise, and you'll see you'll be able to combat it. Always remember this. There is no disease on earth that heaven can't heal. And most people that I've spoken to, when they hear cancer, they get very depressed and thrown off guard. No, no, you can turn it around. Don't feed it. Whatever you were doing, stop it. Change your diet. Reverse what you were doing. Because if you don't feed it, you have to remember, cancer are cells, your cells, that had the DNA has changed and they've grown out of control. You can get them back in control. Don't feed them. Anything you don't feed, it will die. And the aloe will encase the cancer cells and shut off the blood supply because they live off of blood. And when the aloe shuts off the blood supply, they will die because they have no feeding source. And if you don't feed them, you will get rid of them. And you have to remember, the body makes billions of cells every day. So they will be replaced with new cells. But you've got to get rid of them. Don't allow them to conjugate and get in a group and spread. Stop it. You have that power. You need to use it. It's your life, your body, and your power. Take control of it. The next group we're going to talk about is alcohol. Believe it or not, beer, wine, and liquor can create an environment for cancer. It will help feed cancer. So you want to be very careful. You want to be very careful. If you indulge in drinking beer, wine, or liquor, you want to give it a second thought, because these things might make you feel good, but they will destroy your body. And the body needs your help to fight back, to conquer these horrible diseases. And you have to remember this. Your body is an enclosed vessel. It's the perfect breeding ground for disease, sickness, and bacteria. And the reasons for that is it's dark, moist, and warm. And that's where most diseases live, in that type of environment. And you can't see inside of it. You can't cleanse inside of it. So how do you get all of this done? That's what aloe vera does. It's a cleanser. It's a stringent cleanser. It gets in your blood. Wherever your blood goes, aloe vera travels with it. Whatever it detects that's causing harm to the body, it removes it and flushes it out. That's why drinking so much water is important, because it's getting rid of debris. It's getting rid of waste. I've had several people say to me, "Oh, I'm overweight." No, you're not. You overwaste, W-A-S-T-E. Your body needs cleansing. Once it's cleansed, you're not overweight. It's waste that you're carrying around. You just need a good body cleanser. So the aloe vera will start with the blood, clean all your cells, all the tissues, all of your organs, and the cavity of your body. Disease, bacteria, viruses, or sickness cannot live in a clean environment, because there is nothing for it to feed on. That's why it is so vital that you drink it every day, twice a day, to reassure yourself that your body is cleansed. Nothing can live there, because there's no garbage, there's no waste. And remember, I said these are living things. They're not going to be in an environment where they can't feed, because they'll die. They want to live. You can stop them. Don't give them that environment to live. You have the power, use it. Okay? The other foods that we're going to talk about, and hopefully you understand what I'm saying. High fat dairy products, which is whole milk and cheese. Fruits and vegetables in high nitrates, and that's spinach and beets. Certain types of mushrooms. These foods will contribute to your cancer risk. They provide nutrients that the cancer cell use for growth. They also produce harmful chemicals that can break down your DNA. They will promote inflammation, which create a favorable environment for cancer cell growth. That's why it is so important for you to control your health with your diet. It is so vital important that you understand the doctor can't do this You have to be the one to do it. It's your body, your health, and your power. And you have the power to do it. Use it. Anything that we can do to help you, please let us know. We have to fight this back. We have to destroy it. It doesn't have to live with you. Send it to another home. It doesn't belong with you. Don't let it control you. You take control of your health, your life, by using your power with the knowledge that you have. And this is why I think a support group is so vital. We can have these discussions. We can share information. Information is power. And you have the power to utilize this information. So please, please, I plead with you to make these changes. You want to have a good quality of life. You can have a good quality of life. It's in your hands. Use it. If you need encouragement, call me. I will work with you. I will help you in any way I can. Don't ever feel that you are alone fighting this. You need the help. You need the support. It's nothing wrong with asking for help. Don't ever feel like you're alone in this battle. There are too many people fighting it. On an individual basis, just imagine if you did it in a group and present the power and the authority that you have over this disease. You get rid of it. Please, I beg you, I plead with you. Let's make a difference. We can turn this around. We don't have to fear cancer. We have to destroy it. And these are some of the things that we need to do to destroy it. I'm going to turn it back over to Barbara, but it gets me very upset because I know that you can fight this. And I want to hear you fight it. I want to see you fight it. And again, if you need my help, please let me know. And we have to get a support group to support you. This is a group fight. This is not an individual thing. So don't ever feel alone in this fight. Don't let anxiety destroy you. Don't let depression destroy you. That's the work of the devil, and we are here to defeat him at all costs. And I'm done. Barbara, go ahead. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Miss Rebecca. As you all can hear Miss Rebecca's voice, her giving you all information, she is very compassionate about combating this cancer. And I tell you, she's like this all the time. When I have opportunities to speak with her, she tells me, Barbara, there are a lot of people out here that have cancer, and I must help them. And no one person can actually do it alone. Again, I am supportive, Miss Rebecca, to see what it is I can do so that we can get this support group together, because as you can see, the turmoil that's going on even with our health system, we don't know what we're getting or what we will not get. But if we depend and lean on each other, we can accomplish and do great things with God. All things are possible. And with that being said, I like to open the floor up to any questions to Miss Rebecca that you may have before we adjourn the meeting tonight.
Barbara, there's one question in the chat. It says, it's from Carol. Says, did you say beets and spinach feed cancer cells, Miss Rebecca?
Yeah, beets and spinach, when they're in nitrates, they usually have nitrates on them, and what that does, it is a preservative. And it's loaded with that. And so if you continuously eating them, you're setting yourself up for a cancer risk. Did that help?
Carol asked the
Okay.
question.
Let's see, raw beets and raw spinach feeds cancer cells.
Raw beets and raw spinach yeah, they will defeat cancer cells. You will find beets and spinach that they're talking about here in nitrates, and those are in the cans because they
Okay.
have to put the nitrate in the can to preserve the substance that's in it. So if you continuously eating those kinds of things, you will find yourself with a cancer risk.
Okay, but not the fresh.
No, no.
Okay.
So it's the canned items that you're referring to, Miss Rebecca. That's correct.
Yeah.
Anything
Anything in
that's
a can has a lot of nitrates in it.
okay.
So I have a question. I don't know how to get to people. I think is my delivery method. I can't get them to understand how easy it is to take aloe. Uh, I just don't know how to get. I've referred them to Miss Rebecca, and those that do call you, they try it. But if it's just left up to me, they don't. So I don't know what I'm saying or not saying to encourage them to contact you.
Well, let me just tell you what I say to them. When they call me and we start
Okay.
talking, and they'll say, I just can't take it, it's just too bitter. I said, okay, you have two choices, life or death. If you take it, you choose life. If you don't, you choose death. Would you rather take it and live or not take it and die? How sick are you? Because if you get sick enough, you'll take it, trust me. And as I explained to them, you know, you have been eating bad all this time. Now you have a chance to change your habits. The reason it's bitter because your body is full of sugar. Your taste buds, that's all it knows. But within a couple of days, the aloe vera killed the bacteria that causes the desire for sweets. So you'll be fine. And if you have a problem and it doesn't kill it, call me and we can talk about it. Or maybe you're not drinking it right, and drink some water behind it. And normally I don't hear from them anymore.
Okay.
So
Right.
you might want to try that technique because,
Okay.
you have to be honest. See, what I'm finding, a lot of us are not honest with ourselves. You say you want to get better, but you don't want to do anything to get better. So then to me, you're lying to yourself.
Right.
Either you love yourself or you don't. Because if you love yourself enough, you're going to do things to help you.
Yeah.
I can't do it for you. I can assist you, but I can't do it for you.
Right.
So we have to be honest. And that's what I normally say to them. You can lie to me, but when you lie to yourself, everybody knows
Right.
that you're not going to make it. There's just no other way to put it. So hopefully, if you try that, see if it works.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. It is 9:05. I'm gonna will not open up the floor for any additional questions. Um, we had tried to adjourn in about another 4 or 5 minutes. So again, the floor is open.
This is
This
just
is
a recent story. I found out a friend of mine had got violently sick, I think a couple of evenings ago. And this is somebody I turned on to aloe maybe a year ago. So I took some of my aloe to his office today, and I texted him and said, I took a gallon. You need to send me $30 so I can replenish my aloe. And he remembered how well the aloe helped him last year. And then he accused me of not keeping up with him to give him the aloe. But he sends me $230. So I called him. I said, "You made a mistake." And he yells, "No, I didn't. Make sure I get my aloe." But that's a little taxing on me because as long as I uh, deliver it to the people, they'll take it. But it's kind of taxing to keep doing that. So people that have actually got on, especially the guys will stay on it. The women not so much until they get sick. So that's just a short story that happened today, not too long ago, 2 or 3 hours ago.
Carl, that's what we're looking for. And again, I appreciate all the brave souls out there that come here and give us stories like this, and also not only stories, but share their testimonies with us. Selena, I have your hands up. You're next, man.
Hey, I just had a question about sometimes I be craving popcorn. I don't have to have it in butter, but cooking the olive oil. But I haven't eaten any because I wasn't for sure because I thought it was like maybe a carbohydrate that turns into sugar. And I also want to ask about supposedly sugar-free drinks, sodas, sugar-free candy, that type thing. What does Miss Rebecca feel about those items?
No, because whenever you see sugar-free, that is a cancer-causing agent.
Mm,
No, absolutely not.
okay.
When you desire something sweet, you want to get a natural fruit of some sort. Don't use these sugars that they have with these sweeteners and these sugar-free. Those things are chemicals that will cause harm. You don't want to do that. Get yourself a nice fruit that has natural sugar that the body can tolerate.
Oh, I didn't know we could have fruit. I
Yes, you
thought because
can.
it had the natural sugars in it that we couldn't eat it.
Oh, no, no, no. That's the best for you. However, understand natural fruit with sugar, the cancer will still try to survive on that. So you can eat it, but sporadically.
Okay.
Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Okay. What about the fruit juices 100%?
The fruit juices that's 100%, read the label and see how it was pasteurized. Because even though it say 100%, what else did they do to it? Make sure you read the labels. Because see, going through the pasteurization of it, they add things that you're not aware of, but they're saying it's 100% because whatever fruit it is, that's the only fruit in it. So don't be misled by
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Okay.
What about the popcorn?
The popcorn, if you desire popcorn periodically, but don't make it frequent. With the situation that you have, you want to stay as close as you can to fresh fruit, um, some fresh fruit, vegetables, and as you and I talk, beans or peas,
Okay.
because beans and peas has fiber. Cancer cannot survive in fiber.
Okay.
Okay. And the more beans and peas you eat, the more you flush out the capability and the possibility of the cancer being able to survive. And then when you drink the aloe with it, the aloe cuts off the blood supply, so you starve the cancer. And
Okay.
that's how you stop the growth of it. And that's how you eventually destroy it, because when the aloe encase all of the cancer cells, none of them can feed off the blood anymore. Okay?
Okay. Thank you, Miss Rebecca.
Yeah, and I told you, remember, we're supposed to have conversations.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? Don't
Yes,
forget
ma'am.
it.
I know. I won't. Thank
Oh,
you.
you're welcome.
All right, it is now 9:12. We have time for another question or comment. All right, going once.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Is there somewhere that's posted, I haven't looked, but is there somewhere posted things that we can do with aloe, such as the directions you had given us to rinse our mouth out with or to apply it topically, other than just directions that we can use it in other than ingestion?
Okay, I will set those up for you. And yes, that's and thanks for bringing that up, Carol, because that was something I wanted to talk to people. When you're drinking the aloe, understand it's also a mouthwash. It protects the teeth, the gums, because one of the reasons people lose their teeth is because of gingivitis. Years ago, they called it pyorrhea of the gum. And all it is when you're brushing your teeth, you can't brush below the gums. And the bacteria that you're trying to get rid of is in the gum. And there is a bone that holds your teeth in. And the bacteria will eat that bone away. And then you lose your teeth because there's nothing to support it. All you need to do is get yourself, and I will make a list of all of this for you. Get yourself some toothpaste, and I highly recommend Arm & Hammer baking soda toothpaste, and it will say one or two things. It will say complete, or it will say peroxide with tartar control. And you brush your teeth with that twice a day. You use peroxide, 3%, the one that you put on wounds and cuts and bruises. And after you rinse your mouth out, after brushing your teeth, hold the peroxide in your mouth for 5 minutes. You don't have to do anything, but just let it stay there. It is cleansing your nasal area. It is cleansing your gums, your teeth, your throat, all of that. You will start to feel this mucus build up coming out. After 5 minutes, you spit that out, rinse your mouth out, and then you use aloe and let it sit there for 5 minutes and watch what a difference it will make. Because it's going in the gum, destroying the bacteria that's destroying your teeth. But I will put all the different uses together and make sure you have access to it.
Okay. And so
Okay.
when you say hold the aloe in your mouth for 5 minutes, the topical or
No, the one that you drink.
okay.
The one that you drink. The topical is strictly for the outside, except for the eyes.
Okay. Okay.
Miss Rebecca, when you hold it for 5 minutes, do you spit it out?
Yes, because it's going to be full of mucus and all that stuff that it pulls up.
Wow.
Okay,
All
but I'll
right,
make sure you get a list of all that.
Okay. Thank you.
okay. Thank you all. That will be the last question, and we're about to adjourn the meeting. I'd just like to say the next Zoom session will be May 9th 8 o'clock p.m. And what I like to ask is that you all pass the word on and invite a friend, a family member to come and indulge and engage, excuse me, in the conversations. You can see we have fun. I mean, we're just open, full of knowledge, information. And again, it's all about you staying well, being well, and bring others so they can get well too. And with that being said, I would say good night, and we'll see you in a few months. Did you have something to say, Alice? I thought someone.
I heard someone say something, but it wasn't me.
I'm so sorry. So, on that note, good night.
Good night. Thank you for coming.
Thanks, everyone.
Good night.
Good
Thank
night.
you.